What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we'll be taking a look over here at the XRP price chart, as we, of course, are in a brand new all-time high after 7.5 years. Currently sitting at 351 as I record right now. Bitcoin sits up here at 119,500, as the XRP market cap sits just over $200 billion. Of course, another brand new all-time high for the market cap at the same time. As promised, of course, with the brand new all-time high came the launch of the movie this morning. We worked on this for years, and it is finally out there for the world to see. So if you have a moment of privacy to watch that, it might bring a tear to your eye a little bit that we have finally reached this moment. You can, of course, collect those scenes over here at XPMarket.com. It's pretty simple. Connect your wallet. If you have Zaman, sign in, complete. There's all 4 different scenes in there, and then after the mint is done, if you have all 4, you can burn them all and merge them into the full movie. As for price action, clearly we're obviously in breakout mode happening here for XRP right now. We then start kind of, dabbling down into a lot smaller time frames and trying to guess what the price action is going to end up being and whether or not it's going to end up being the market cap that's going to matter for where price levels are going to get tested, or if it's going to end up being the actual price chart for XRP or XRP USD. I think this will be a pretty good moment in time right now as we kind of look forward to determining, are we seeing reactions happening here on the market cap chart more so than we are over there on the price chart? Because my speculation has been that it's going to be the market cap that ends up mattering, and that we have the confluence of this entire range and this entire range pointing right up there to about $500 billion for a 4.236 extension of both ranges. So there's a lot of speculation on what dollar value XRP is going to end up getting to on this breakout. Of course, my optimistic hopes are to be able to get to those 4.236 extensions in the $500 billion range. That puts you at about $8, $9, $10 for XRP. But, if we're able to shift closer to that, what's going to have a stronger conviction for me is going to see that we are seeing reactions start to show up in there. And if you recall, we've used a lot of different stuff in here to show how these things can happen when we get back to all-time highs. And in 2021, we saw several assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic all go on and do massive rallies, but come up short of their 4.236 extensions on their market caps, on their price charts. But they all pinpoint nailed their 4.236 extensions on their market caps. So, with where we are with XRP right now, my speculation, of course, is this is just kind of the initial breaking out happening in here for the price chart. We're seeing total 3 and total 2 get through the retracement levels, and we're seeing a lot of green throughout the cryptocurrency market as Bitcoin just kind of sits and resides in here as it has been, for the last 4 or 5 days. But with all that green and all that action, right, if this thing ends up producing a C leg, right, then what do you have? You probably have a bunch of people doing a lot of margin trading. You have people who are going irresponsibly long on leverage with altcoins probably, and there's probably going to be some type of wipeout of that excessive leverage that comes before it produces a parabola, and then for XRP, right, going all the way for the big mamma jamma. So such a huge milestone to be here, and I do believe we're going to march all our way up. But it'd be kind of like trying to nitpick how each one of these things are going to end up happening in here on each little event. And that's going to be quite difficult. My speculation, at least at this time until things develop, is that eventually there becomes a bigger move that happens. And then we'll see kind of one bigger correction happen in here before it pushes to its last hurrah in there and goes for full-blown parabola. And of course, I do think that's going to happen in here for Bitcoin once it can get into this breakout in here and it starts building a parabola on the BTC USD chart. So otherwise, it is just kind of sitting back, chilling. Things could get carried away a little bit slowly in here or really just all at once. Again, I think there will be big corrections along the way. But if this is, if this plays out like it typically does and we just keep the momentum going, this thing could be wrapped up in just a couple of weeks. So right now, eyes are just kind of waiting on Bitcoin to see if we're just going to have one kind of like wash of all this leverage longing that's happening in here, and then go for the big full-blown march to end up happening. And of course, just celebrating the fact that we're out here for XRP, and any type of backtest that happened, whether or not they're going to end up being on the USD chart or on the market cap chart, right? I don't think any type of backtest or anything to be worried about at this point, unless things change. But right now, I just don't think there's anything to be worried about. They're probably going to come, but if you reflect back on the things that we've talked about on this channel a lot, it's, about where we are in the phase of the market cycle, looking for that breakout, right? When do we tend to see the crypto market run? We see it happen when we're in these phases, right? When we're doing this type of behavior. And still, we're not there yet on like where we've built the final parabola just yet. If we were in that entering final parabola phase, I'd be like, guys, I don't really know what's going to happen if this thing falls and it doesn't do a 702 retrace, right? And we're just not even there yet. We haven't built the parabola yet. But the market is behaving the way we would want to see it behaving when we were here. Just all the theories, all the videos, all the newsletters, all the everything about it. We get XRP to break into a new all-time high during this, right? So everything is going great. We'll just give it a little time to breathe now that it's gotten out into the all-time high. It's currently at $3.48 right now for XRP. We'll check in on it very soon. In the meantime, take a chance to go watch the movie that was released this morning. For those who've been around for a long time, there were a ton of Easter eggs hidden in that movie. There's a link down there in the description of the movie. There's a link down here in the description of this video to XPMarket, the launch pad where you can own a piece of the history and support our work. All 4 scenes are available over here. Just connect your Zaman wallet, and it's a pretty seamless process over here. So I've gotten several messages of people saying they teared up a little bit, and that was the hope because I've watched that movie. I think I've watched it over 100 times, and for sure. So take a chance to go watch it if you have some quiet time. Put some earbuds in. That's all original music. So all original animation, original music, original storytelling and scripting, and years in the making. So it's out there. All right. Check it out on XPMarket, guys, and have a wonderful day. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.